Good morning, afternoon, or evening from whenever or wherever you are watching this video from. I am Jack Adamus back with my Premier League football predictions, episode 7, game week 7. Let's get straight into it. Before we get into this week's video, please do like, share, and subscribe. We start with the early kickoff on Saturday, which sees Crystal Palace hosting Liverpool. Now, Crystal Palace are still winless this season with 3 draws and 3 losses to their name, and they will be desperate to get a win in this one as they have gone winless in their first 7 matches 4 times before, and they have been relegated 3 out of those 4 times. Liverpool, though, will be coming here high on confidence as they have won 8 out of their 9 games in all competitions so far this season, which makes Arne Slot the first Liverpool manager to achieve this feat. And Liverpool have won 9 of their last 10 visits to Selhurst Park, 5 of which being by a 1-goal margin, though I don't think this one will be by a 1-goal margin, as I can see Liverpool winning here 2-0. We start the 3 o'clock kickoffs at the Emirates, where Arsenal are playing Southampton. Now, Arsenal are unbeaten in all competitions so far this season, with 6 wins and 3 draws to their name, and I can't see that changing this weekend, as Southampton haven't beaten them on home soil in the Premier League since 1987. Also, on top of that, Arsenal do boost the best defensive record in the Europeans' top 5 leagues, where they have kept 17 clean sheets this calendar year. Southampton, after losing on Monday, have their joint worst start to a top-flight season with only 1 point out of their first 6 matches, and things aren't looking great for Southampton as they have conceded 3 goals in their last 2 Premier League away matches. I can see Arsenal's 40-game unbeaten run against newly promoted sides continuing this weekend with a 3-0 victory for the Gunners. Next, we have Brentford at home to Wolves. Now, Brentford have started off the season with some mixed performances. They have 2 wins, 1 draw, and 3 losses to their name so far this season. And they have taken the lead in their last 3 matches, but have only been able to get 1 point out of a possible 9. But with that being said, they have only lost 1 of their last 9 home matches. Wolves are still winless in the Premier League this season, and they need to get that first win sooner rather than later, but they do have a good record away to Brentford. They have won 2 and drawn 2 of their last 4 visits. 5 out of Brentford's 6 games this season has seen both teams to score. I think that'll be 6 out of 7 come full time, as I can see Wolves getting their first win of the season here in a 2-1 victory. Next, we travel to the King Power, where we have Leicester vs Bournemouth. Now, like I've said numerous times already this season, Leicester are winless, but they have been in every single game until the final whistle. They have drawn 2 of their 3 games at home this season and will be definitely looking to get their first win of the season in this one. Bournemouth are even across the board coming into this one with 2 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses to their name so far this season. But they do boost a good Premier League head-to-head record against Leicester, only losing 2 of their last 12 games against them. Pressure has been on Steve Cooper even before a ball was kicked this season, and unfortunately for him, Bournemouth are his bogey team as he's never managed a win against them in his 5 previous meetings, 2 draws and 3 losses in that time. I do reckon this one will finish in a draw though, a high-scoring 2-2 draw. Next, we have Man City at home to Fulham, where Man City come into this game off back-to-back league draws, which is a very rare occurrence, although they do hold on to that unbeaten 29 league game run, and they are still unbeaten within their last 49 games at the Etihad within 90 minutes, so they will be looking to make that a half century come this weekend. Man City have beaten Fulham in their last 16 head-to-heads, which is the longest winning running streak against a single team in English football history. Now, that could be down to the fact that when Fulham play Manchester City, they are one of the only teams that don't try and change their setup when they play City. But this season, they do go there with their joint best start to a Premier League season, so they'll be going there high on confidence in this one. Man City have won and been awarded a penalty in the last 6 head-to-heads between these 2 sides. I think this one will be a similar story, with Man City winning 3-0 here. And the last 3 o'clock kickoff sees West Ham at home to Ipswich. Now, West Ham haven't started this season anything like we thought they would have, with only 1 win in their first 6 matches, and they have lost all 3 home games so far this season. It will be interesting to see if they are winless in this game, how the fan base reacts, as I definitely reckon they'll be putting the pressure on Lopetegui. Ipswich come into this game off the back of 4 consecutive draws in the Premier League, and they will be looking to get their first win of the season in this one. No team in the Premier League has had 5 consecutive draws since Fulham back in January 2021. This game will be a tight game, and I can see it finishing in a draw, but I am going to go for a West Ham home 2-1 win in this one. And the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday sees Everton at home to Newcastle. Now, Everton do come into this getting their first win of the season last weekend, and they have picked up 4 points in their last 2 games. They have also won 6 out of their last 8 home matches, and with a fully fit squad, they will be definitely full of confidence coming into this one. Newcastle also have a poor record at the Goodison as well. They have only won 3 of their last 20 visits here, and they did have to play an extra game midweek in the EFL Cup, albeit that was with a rotated squad. However, they have started off the season well, picking up 11 points from their first 6 matches. Newcastle have only got 1 win in their last 4 away trips. I do think it'll be 2 come full time though, as I reckon they will win 2-1 here, with Anthony Gordon scoring against his old club. Moving on to Super Sunday at 2 p.m, where we have game of the weekend. It is Aston Villa at home to Manchester United. Now, wow, what can I say about Villa? Congratulations. What a fantastic result midweek. You got that 1-0 victory against Bayern Munich, which I predicted, by the way, just saying. And they have now won 7 out of 9 games so far this season in all competitions. They have started this season as they finished the last. Manchester United currently sit 13th in the Premier League, and they have drawn both their Europa League games so far this season. Now, I don't wish on anybody to lose their job, but I believe that Erik ten Hag is on borrowed time. Although one positive for them, they have won their last 4 head-to-heads against Aston Villa in all competitions. Can Erik ten Hag pull out another win to save his job in this one? Only time will tell. Since the start of last season, Manchester United have conceded at least 2 goals in 31 games in all competitions, which is more than any other Premier League side. I do believe they'll concede 2 again in this one, as I can see Aston Villa winning 2-0 here. Up the Villa. Also at 2 p.m. on Sunday, we have Chelsea at home to Nottingham Forest. Now, Chelsea are looking better and better each time they play this season, and they did win 4-2 yesterday in the Conference League after changing their entire starting 11. They have now scored 4 or more goals in their last 3 games in all competitions, so things are looking good for Chelsea so far this season. Nottingham Forest are having a good start to the season themselves. They're looking solid at the back, only conceded 5 goals so far this season, and they did come to Stamford Bridge last year and leave with a 1-0 victory. But unfortunately for them, since then, they have lost their last 4 visits to London. I do believe it will be 5 come full time, as Chelsea will win here 3-1. And to round out Game Week 7 in the Premier League, it is the 4:30 kickoff on Sunday. It is 8th vs 9th in the Premier League. It is Brighton at home to Spurs. Now, Brighton coming to this game, they started off the season very well, but since then they were winless in the month of September, and they have drawn their last 2 home games, which means they'll be coming into this one as the underdogs for the first time this season at home. Tottenham coming to this game with 5 wins out of their last 5 games in all competitions, scoring 13 goals along the way, and with Brennan Johnson scoring in each of those games as well. There has been over 2.5 goals in just under 80% of Tottenham's games since the start of last season. I don't think this one will be any different. I reckon this one will be a 6-goal thriller, ending in a 3-3 draw. And for my extra game this weekend, it is 7:45 on Sunday in Serie A. It is Fiorentina at home to AC Milan. Now, Fiorentina had a poor start to the season, but since then they found some form, and a similar story could be said for AC Milan, who were winless in their first 3 games, but since then have won 3 on the bounce. Make that 4 come full time with a 2-1 victory for Milan. Thank you very much if you are still here at the end of my video. I really do appreciate the love and support I've been getting from you guys. Please do continue to like, share, follow, but most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a good weekend, guys. And remember, if you don't shoot, you can't score. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.